my beauty squad. If you're new, it's your girl Jessica, and we are doing a couple of reviews all in one. How about that for you? So I've got a few new releases. This is Unearthly. I have Coco Cosmetics by Chloe. I have iMethod eyebrow stencil. There are a couple of brands that are new to me here to try out with y'all, and a couple of brands that y'all already know I love but a new release. So if y'all would like to see how I come up with this look and just chit chat, make sure you stay around. If you're new, my name is Jessica. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn that bell on. That way you get notified for any and every video I upload. I do try to upload often. Plus, while you're already there, go ahead and hit that thumbs up if this is the kind of content you like. Now, I do get on a little rant. Not a big one, just a kind of rant. You know, it's how stressful it can be whenever you're waiting for a package, and once it leaves the seller or consumer or retailer, reseller or brand or what have you, and it gets stuck in the postal service, like what can you do to find your package? Because once it leaves the seller's hand, it's no longer their responsibility. There's absolutely nothing they can do, no more than you can do. So a couple of tips and tricks to help you push your package along if you're having that issue. And just sit down and do this look together. If that's what you're interested in, stay tuned and I'll see y'all in the video. Hey! Let's go. Freedom. Squad. So, today we got a couple of things going on. I want to show y'all some goodies I got and try out some goodies with you. That's why y'all see this bare face right here. I do have iMethod stamp for your brows. I want to try with y'all. I've had this for a little bit. I did do a honest review over on my Instagram and on my TikTok, and I did a video for this here, and it's somewhere or another it's got lost among the ones that I don't ever upload that I didn't like throughout edited and what have you. So I'm just going to redo it. No, ma'am. Put it down. Since then, one of my daughters, one of my little ones, have took the little stepper and pulled this part off. This is not for the iMethod step, but it's the same concept, I promise. This is the brow trio. So I'm going to just use this one in place of that. It came out on UnearthlyCosmetics. This is not like the newest release. The newest release is the Buddy palette, the remastered. But if you ever order from Unearthly, it does take a little bit for it to ship. Like I've said numerous times when I've done their unboxings, it doesn't really bother me. Yes, I'm very impatient. Yes, I'm very anxious to get it, but I do understand, like, it's an indie brand. It's just her and her husband doing it. She has kids, so I do take all that in consideration, and I don't try to bash nobody. Now, do keep in mind, I did see where she had posts, and this brings up a beautiful example and a point I'm trying to get to. Because she had requested the post office to pick up a couple of times, and it had showed, you know, awaiting, you know, product, blah, 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 because whenever you print a label and you have it waiting for the product, it'll show that, you know, it's waiting to pick up the partial. She had, you know, requested her to pick up, and they skipped her like 2 or 3 times. So it took a little bit longer than anticipated, but it's here. And I got some new brushes too. And also, of course, because I told y'all in my last one I was getting another one, and I've got a new brand to put in here, and it's coming shortly, so I cannot wait to show y'all that. But I did get another Z palette because for 14 bucks you cannot beat it. I think now they're actually $15, so if you haven't grabbed one, you better go grab them before they go up anymore. This is the one I already had. This is a Terramoon shade. I haven't tried yet. These are my new Winkleberry shades down here. Absolutely gorgeous. And this has company coming, so be watching out for that. And if you haven't seen, I did a video, like a little TikTok video. This is a new sponge, a new brand to me. This is Coco Cosmetics by Chloe. This sponge is the softest sponge I've ever touched. It literally feels like a freaking marshmallow. It is called the Marshmallow Sponge, and it is so freaking lovely. Look how big. And the proceeds went straight to Cancer for Kids, to fight the cure for cancer for kids. And it was a 2-pack for like 16 bucks. This was actually a gift from my 9-year-old daughter for my birthday. and it just got here because it's a UK brand. So I just got that, and I'm in love with it already. Like, as you said, I've only used it once. I haven't cleaned it. I just wet it. But it is so flippin' soft. This is the Wet n Wild Care Bear. And if you have this, this is soft times 2 compared to this. Just saying. So it is hella soft. And I'm so stoked that I have it now. I can't wait to order some more. Give me that. I do have to say, shipping is a little up there. It's $10 for shipping, but this right here is the In the Dark Unearthly Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. Yeah, these shades are beautiful. They're a little bit more darker than this right here. If I could own every single one of Unearthly's palettes, I would. So they come in these nice little packets. And this one is the UC88. So it's like a flat cut crease brush. And I'll put that up there because I won't have to use it today for my look. And I'll probably end up speeding up my look just because I'm chit chatty. I want to bring across, and then I got a liner brush because you just can't have enough liner brushes, especially if they're good. And this one feels really good. It's like really dense, but not too dense. And this is the UC8. I got neon pigments all over my vanity. I've got to clean up because it's getting everywhere. It's getting absurd. But I'm going to go ahead and stamp my brow and show y'all what that is. A brand, a consumer, sales person, even a reseller, like Busy Beauty, for instance. You deal with a lot of shipping. With that being said, with a lot of shipping, you deal with a lot of craziness from the post office. Now, once a product has left the building, per se, left pickup site, it's no longer the responsibility of the consumer, of the seller, per se. All you can do is, try to bubble wrap the crap out of everything that you're paying for a partial, because that does help with insurance, which insurance cover absolutely nothing, if you haven't noticed. But it does give you some kind of security to where you can go and bitch for a validated reason. And, put your fragile stickers on it and pray it gets to where it's got to go in time. Because even with it being insured, it's not going to cover the value of the box if you get a decent box from wherever. With that being said, I've seen so many get upset over, a box hasn't arrived on time of different brands, resellers, what have you. I'm even guilty of, like, damn, where's my shit, We all are, especially whenever we're anticipating a product or item. We're so anxious to go ahead and get it. But once it leaves that consumer, there's nothing they can do. They cannot go to the post service and be like, look, Jessica wants her box yesterday, so get that shit to her. Because they don't care. They don't care. Point blank. They don't give a shit. Okay? They don't care who you are. They don't care who the seller is. It's the way it is. Unfortunately, they don't care. I have seen it where, people get upset, and they're getting upset at the wrong person. Like, all you can do is legit call the post office and ask, where's your box at, and they can track it from there. Because once it leaves the consumer, there's nothing they can do. As much as they want to, they can't do nothing about it. You just have to wait it out like everybody else. Now, with the iMethod, I love these because they have it's 5 stencils for each side. I thought that is so cool. And they have the instructions. They also have a little, a detail brush and a spoolie. And with their little puffer thingy, it did not have this part on it. It was just the little stick with the stamper. And again, like I said, my daughter's kind of destroyed by it. I got 10, shade 10. This is light brown. I think it would match pretty well. I need to go in and really do some stuff to my brows. Maybe my hair, and dye it again. So this is one. As you can see, it's a really nice shade. A shape shade. I might use that one. You do get 10, and a really nice quality. They're pretty thick. This is 5. This has like a little more, less of a brow thing. One, and see the match. So you get one and one. So you don't have to flip them like most of the stencils. This one is, that was pretty thick. I kind of like two. I like, but again, so you get 5 for each side. I think it's really cool. They have really nice stencils. And I've used these a couple of times because, again, like I said, I did a video, I did a TikTok, I did an Instagram for this. And with me trying it out with a trial and error, I played around with it for a couple of times, and they last a while. Like, they actually stay. Get a nice little Ziploc bag. Really, you know, just a little clean, closing zip right there. But it's nice and sleek, and I got the pigment everywhere. And what I want to do is I kind of gotta play with this a little bit because it's been a little while since I've used it. You always want to wake up the product again because with pomades they do tend to dry out on the top, and that's just anything. I don't think there's really a way of not getting them to dry out just a little bit. It's like cream shadows and stuff like that. You just gotta finesse it a little bit and wake it up. Make sure you close it really good. So that's one. Let me clean this one off, because I guess this is the one I used last time. So I'm just gonna do it like that. You want to line it up with your brow. And again, this does take try and error for sure. Just like if you go in and you're using any new products, you have to kind of get the feel for it on your own. It's never like, but look at that. Wow, brow done. The good thing about it, you don't have to like clean it off and turn it around. You just grab the other one. Look how nice and clean that brow is. Ooh, brow. You have to kind of get the feel for the product and figure out on your own how to, you know, use it, because it's never like the Instagram reels. I got it all over my face, all over my finger. Sorry, I'm kind of like beating it against my table. I always have one up higher than the other. Like if I was to even it out, it would do that. But I'll have to bring this one down just a tad. There we go. That looks a lot better. So there we go. Ta-da! Like I said, I had this one up just a tad higher. So I would try and error. With try and error. And then you can go in with the brush itself. What the hell? If I had to stop, it's because my sister came back here, so I doubt that she will because it's so late. But she brought my son home from Carowinds. He just turned 20, so she took him out on his birthday. And you can also go in and clean them up with some concealer, makeup remover, what have you. However you prefer to clean up your brows, that's on you. I just kind of wipe away and go with it because I try not to go like too ham. Like if I make a big boo-boo, then of course I would have to go in with some makeup remover. And then let's get to the eye and this eyeshadow. Ow! Ooh, I got a big old boo-boo. I told y'all, I stabbed my hand. And my daughter ran off with my makeup remover cloth. I will leave their link down below, and also Unearthly. Anything I show in this video, I'm going to make sure I leave their links so you can go find the products for yourself, just in case you're curious. I'm not going to put these up because I am going to clean them, and I am going to clean this brush too. And you just clean that brush like you clean all your other makeup brushes. Right here, so I remember. So with this eyeshadow, I'm going to use one of my favorite bases right now. And this is the Thrive Eye Lift Waterproof Primer. It's absolutely amazing. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Stephanie has sent this to me, and I'm going to have to go in and get some more for sure. Because this is one of the few primers I don't have to set down. And I have hooded eyes, and they crease a hell of a lot. And with this, it doesn't really crease. It sets itself down nice and soft, but it's still a really nice, consistent primer for your shades. And it grabs the eyeshadow really, really nice for it to be already set. So it's like the best of both worlds, pretty much. Now with this, I'm going to go in with a nice little fluffy brush first, because these shades are dark. Let me swatch them real quick for you, because, I mean, it's only 8 of them. This palette does retail for $28. It's one of the more affordable palettes that she does have. So we have Numerous, Paranormal, Absurd, Paranormal? I don't know. Look how pigmented these are. Oh my goodness. Like, look at that. And they're just there. They are not going no flipping where. This is going to be a unique look for sure. Can we say dark? They're dark. And they're not like soft, but they're not really hard either. They're really nice. This is Illusion, is Shadows, and Ascent. So you get 2 shimmers in this palette. Look at that. Yeah, that one's gotta go on my lid. What's that one, I think? Look at those shades. Oh, I'm so glad I got this palette. These as singles available. I think I read right. I want to say she did. So first and foremost, I'm gonna go in with. Let's go with Paranormal. Let's try this blue. Ooh, look how pigmented. And then I'll probably buff this out with that purple. But we're going to make this blue basically one of the darker shades. It's blended nicely to be a blue, to be just a frank honest. I don't want to go too far into the lid. And I'm not really worried about cleaning it up either. Because, again, I'm going to blend it out. So I'm just kind of trying to just place it where I need that shade to be bright and vibrant. Stepping it on, while brushing it on all at once. See, that's the outline of it. I was going to speed up this look, but I might still speed up some parts. But so far, so good, y'all. Her formulas never really disappointed. Not me, anyways. Probably why I have 12 palettes of hers. But it's almost, you can tell she's still improving. You know what I mean? Like, they've never really been bad, but you get, in each new release, they're better. With this purple right here, and basically just blend that blue out. Ooh. Let's see what I can do with that. I have no idea what I'm doing with this look. I don't have many choices when it's just 2 shivers. But I mean, I could always grab another palette of hers. But I kind of just want to stick to this palette in case you've never tried her shadows and you want to go in and just grab one palette. I want to be able to tell you exactly what this palette does for you. So I do try my hardest not to grab from any other shadows when I'm doing like a review. Because to me, that's just, it's almost like cheating. Hey, son. You have a good time? Okay, sorry guys. My son had come in, and I haven't seen him like all week. He went to Florida, go visit his girlfriend for a couple of days, and then he came home and literally left the next day because it's his birthday weekend. And so I was chit chatting with him. Where I left off at, this is a very dark look. This is not a normal Jessica look whatsoever. Another one. This is like the second one I went through. I'm trying to figure out another one to use. What are the other? Probably just get another one. Alright, I'm going to try it with a dry flat brush first. I'm using the flat brush that I got from LYSJVARGAS. Okay, so you can see it a little bit. Let's see if I can pack that bad boy on. Ooh, yeah. I don't know how much y'all can see of it, but it's really, 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 really pretty. Of course, I'm not going to leave it like this. I'm going to go in and use the other side of this brush and use Anonymous, or whatever it's called. With that darker purple. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, you can really see that. That is so pretty. Anytime you want a shifty shade and you don't have a shifty shade, layer them. You do not have to go in and get a multi-chrome just to get shift shades. I promise. So see how that is? What I want to do is take that shade and layer it right on top of that purple to give it that combination. So it starts to transfer into that shade. You start out with that light shade, and then you build up to that beautiful purple shade. And there's not a lot of fallout. There's a little bit, but not a lot. For it to be a dry brush, I've had much worse products. And see, this is where I can kind of go in and clean up anything that's not really even, as in my cut crease. I like to go ahead and put a little bit on my corner, as you can see right there. I will add more to it, of course, because I like to shine to the heavens. I like to warn the aliens that I'm here. I send SOS signs with my highlighters to the aliens. That is so freaking pretty. I don't even need it, to be honest. So I'm going back in the dark. That's that darkest bluish color. I'm just kind of mapping out that cut crease just to give it some more dimension. I feel like this shade got lost, and that way I'm able to kind of clean up too. If I have anything that doesn't look even to me, I can just snip this on top. It might have some shimmer in it, but it's not gonna have a lot. You won't even notice it, to be honest. Just like so. And I'm gonna go in with that light shade. I'm gonna go in with that light purple, and then that shade shadow, it's like a gray. It just buffered that all out. This is legit the darkest shadow I've ever wore. It feels like. I think I did one look with black, but I put glitter on it because I just couldn't do the dark. And it's not that dark because of how bright my lid is. I feel like that's the only way I'm able to wear it and not be freaking out right now. And then I'm gonna take Illusion and just go up under that brow and buffer that in all the way up under the brow. So it gives it that beautiful glittery shimmer all the way through. Just like so. I do want to put some bleed on my brows one day. I'm not going to do it today. But I think I want to do a matte look. And whenever I do the matte look, I think I will like bling out my brows. I saw a beautiful TikToker do it, and it looked really good on her. So I do want to try it. Or just wipe it off any excess. Just like so. Look at that. Ooh, she's dark. Gosh, she's dark. Okay, let's get some product on my face before I. This is a good shade for me. But what is a good foundation? You want to use it. There we go. And I'm just using the Coco by Coco Cosmetics by Chloe. It is an indie brand over in the UK. And yeah, this is the softest sponge I've ever felt. And I've felt quite a few sponges. And it was like hella soft when I first got it. But then I wet it, and it's like 2 times softer. I didn't even think it could get any softer. So I'm like, you were supposed to wet it. But, I mean, I know you can wet all sponges. So I wet it a little bit. It covers. It does the job, like, so quick and easy. And I know that it doesn't look like full coverage on my face. This is not a full coverage foundation. Kind of layer it to get a full coverage. And it's fine because it's medium build-up. That's what this is. And once I go in and conceal and contour and powder and all that good mess, then I would have full coverage. This gives just enough coverage to where it covers all my redness and everything else. Foundation does retail for $40, which is not bad for how good it is. I've paid more for foundation. I think a good base is a must when you doing your makeup, because you can have a bomb-ass look. Good eyeshadow and the face ruin it. Promise you. So I highly recommend making sure your base is good. Doesn't mean you have to spend a lot in foundation. I've seen a lot of foundations out there for $5 that does really good. Everybody's different. Everybody's preference is different. This is the Merit Minimalistic Concealer. They are coming out with a same formula, just a bigger container, because a lot of people use that for a foundation. I would, if I had bought it to the shade to fit my foundation. I actually want to go in and get it well for my foundation and for contour. That one was actually gifted to me, and I'm about out. From Leleposhcosmetics to do a review on, and I love it. I love it. Like, I love it, love it, love it. She did really good with that formula. Like I said, I use it for concealer. That was the purpose I bought it. I like stick concealers. To me, they're the right about consistent. See? But it gets exactly where you need it to get. See how well that blended out? Like, that's just amazing. Let's go in with the Urban Decay. They tell you to use setting powder and setting spray on each layer of makeup. I got this in the shade No Limits Harmony. This is a really good contour stick. A really nice shade if you're like me. Alright, that looks good. I'm going to use my Revolution, the Simpsons. And I'll just do that right there. I don't exactly know what I'm doing. I'm just doing something. And I like to blend down because I put it so high up. I don't need to blend up because I put the highlight right on top. because I put this pretty high up, but then when I go in with my regular blush, I don't go as high. So it's like that little peekaboo effect. You get that undertone of the blush peeking through and what have you, but then I don't go like too crazy with the powder. This color was the makeup favorite. That's a really good powder. A really messy powder because it has that lid. And if you do like I do, I like to pour some out on my lid. I'm going to, it's so fun. And you spray. Try to let it set for a few seconds before you start pushing it in, because you can tend to bring up the product as well. And you can move it around, and you don't want to start moving around your products after you got 2 or 3 layers on. That's when everything starts messing up and it starts getting really blotchy. And that's what I get like. So give it a couple of seconds to set down. You can also go in and spray your sponge, but be very careful in spraying your sponge if you're going over powder products. Saturated, and then you go over powder products and it lifts it completely up. So you want to spray, 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 air dry for a freaking seconds. For a few good seconds. Wow, Jessica, that was like so not what I wanted to say. Test on your hand, make sure it's not too wet. And then just push it. Do not spread, do not move. You don't want to go in and start going like this or pulling it down. You just want to push in. Push it into your face. You do not want to move that product around once you started the layers. I don't know if the coat still works or what have you. I haven't been over there in a little bit. I'm just going to use the angle brush, and I'm going to go in 1, 2, 1. Yes. And it literally, like, I had nothing on that brush, right? 1, 2, 1. See how good with that warmth? Yeah. I'm going to add more product on my forehead. I'm just going to take what's left onto the brush and just kind of brush away. And I do 1, 2, 1, 2 for bottom of here. I do want this a little bit darker. See right there how it's dark? This blends so good. Like, you may not like Dragon Beauty, but you cannot tell me this palette is shit. Even people that despise Dragon Beauty loves this palette. Like I said, for my nose, I will go in with a dark shade first. 1, 2. And then I will go in with this one, just this one. Right up under my tip. Bring it across. And all this does is just kind of like push up the nose a little bit. Give you that little button nose. And it'll give you that illusion of your nose being a little bit more snatched than what it is. And then this will give it that lift that you want. That's why you'll see some people, not everybody, but some people, do the tips. The tips is to lift. Now, if you already have a nice snatched nose, leave that bad boy alone. You don't have to contour your nose just because everybody else does. I promise. Again, I want to take the baby sponge and just tap everything to it. Yes. Living. Living for the moment. Living for the moment. Go ahead with that bad boy right there. Luna. See, this is why I'm spoiled. I need to go in and get some more. Like, come on now. Have you ever glowed like this? If you don't have Leleposh, no, you haven't. Go get you some Leleposh and let's chat afterwards. And I'm going to get as close as I can to my waterline. I'm going to take it on my finger and just bring it down just a little bit. I pushed it in my inner corner first. I don't want to bring it down too far, because then it looks like a cry glitter or shimmer. Then I'm going to take a little bit on the brush and bring it across, just to kind of give that bottom lash its own little moment of shimmer. But yeah, this look is so dark. I've got to brighten it up somehow, but I think that is absolutely gorgeous. There we go. Look at that. Look. Oh. And have you ever gray and just like maybe eye purple? Because that's a beautiful purple too. But I love how this look came out. I couldn't be happier. The sponge, y'all. If you like the soft, like really nice soft sponge, go Coco Cosmetics by Chloe. They're usually always sold out, so you have to just keep like going there. And look, it took me forever. And the stencil, 100% win. Like, it's a great concept. You got everything in a little pouch, even really cooler. So you can go in and take it on the road. If you do your brows and you're like me, you don't have brows, you're gonna always have your kit with you, just in case you wipe it off or what have you. And I think having it in that little pouch is so cool, because if you wanted to, you could go in and legit take out all the other stencils and just grab the stencil that you used, put that in here, put the pomade in here, put your little brush spool in here, put your little wand in here, because I think taking this out will fit in here, but I'm not gonna take it out of there. And then boom, go. Throw it in your purse, throw it in your back pocket, what have you, and you're golden. So great concept. I love it. Sponge is a win, must. Can't wait to go grab some more. My Leleposh, of course. Y'all know I love mentioning her. I do have a code. Go Jessica. I think it's code Jessica too. It's down below in my description box. What have you? The Buxom is a absolutely must-have foundation stick if you haven't tried them. They are a small brand as well. And I've had this for a while. And look how much I've used. Like, I haven't used a shitload of it. Again, I don't use it every time I do a look. I do a lot of looks, so it wouldn't be justified that way either. But it stays where it should. It lasts forever. I highly, highly recommend if you are somebody like me that likes full to minimum coverage. It's buildable. There you go. You can't go wrong. Unearthly. How many times can I tell you I love Unearthly? Let me tell you one more time. I love Unearthly. I think this is a gorgeous palette, especially if you like darker colors. And these two shimmers just make the palette amazing. Like a must. A must. I do have another order coming shortly from Unearthly. Actually, two. When they get here, I don't know. I try to take a concept of, it does take her a little bit to ship. One, I will be doing a comparison video because I have the old Bunny palette and she just remastered the new Bunny palette. So that's going to be awesome to try and compare. So I cannot wait. Her brushes are amazing. I love them. I have the face brushes as well. I do want to go in and grab a couple more brushes from her. Those were only like $4 for one. So they're super affordable and are good quality. I have these right here. It was like her first release. And they're just, say this at Alien. And then her new brushes say Unearthly. But same kind of little scenario. I think you can get the whole set for like $30 some, I want to say. It's not too crazy amount. They're really nice, really durable. I've had these for a good minute and washed them. And they don't fall out. They can go clean. I love the detail color of them. The green is just gorgeous. And that's like my only green brushes. So I know exactly what I'm grabbing when I'm trying to grab Unearthly brushes. So that's a win. Other than that, what did I say? Everything turned out super nice today. Thank God my look came out as anticipated. Maybe not quite with this eye over here trying to water on me. But I'm going to go do some TikToks before it messes up too much. Again, I really do like this eyeshadow. Very easy to blend of the post service. And let me just give you a wise advice. Calling and cussing them out will not get you nowhere. Try to be super nice. Keep your cool. Just so you know you're not the only person waiting on a box, anticipating a box. You're the only one getting mail today. They're super overwhelmed. They're stretched to the max. They're trying to do the most. For the most part, they are amazing workers. They're working their ass off. They're just trying to make a living. It ain't their fault that all this regulations and everything's been popping up. It's a step higher than them. So we can't just take it out on them. So just be kind of courtesy. Put your foot in their shoes. And know that, you know, they're trying to get to everybody. If it's been a crazy amount of days, then of course, most definitely contact the post office. Let them know what you're waiting on. Have your tracking number. Have all your information available right then and there. And if they won't tell you nothing, ask to speak to somebody else. Keep calling. Keep demanding answers, and your stuff will get moved. Like, sometimes it does happen. It gets, you know, kicked to the side, and it just sits there. And I've literally sat and watched in some of my shops where a product I've ordered, and it's moving awesome, and then it gets to that one freaking spot, and it sits. It sits. It sits. And I'm just like, why? And boom, I don't know where it finally starts moving again. So, you know, shit happens. But it's not the seller, it's not the brand, it's nobody's fault but post office. So the only person you can take that up with is the post service. So sorry, such a hassle right now. But with everybody dealing with going through the mail and ordering everything right now, just know it's going to be, you know, pushed behind a little bit. And I will see y'all in my next video or my next live. Toodles.